further we progress as a society, the more disconnected we get from nature. With the increasing innovations of phones and technology, teens and young adults are more focused on getting likes and making tweets than getting the necessary amount of nature needed to live a happier life. According to the University of Minnesota, nature can affect people in multiple ways. Nature contributes to our physical well-being by minimizing blood pressure, reducing heart rate, decreasing muscle tension, and diminishing the production of stress hormones.
I spend about an hour.
I spend like 40 minutes a day.
In nature, I usually spend around an hour and a half a day. I live in the wilderness, so I hike a lot.
In the summer, probably 3 or 4 hours. In the winter, maybe a half hour.
About 2 hours.
All the time. No, probably like an hour.
None.
Probably on a regular basis, about none.
Like on a regular basis, not a lot at all, but like sometimes on weekends I'll like go out like hiking or something.
About half an hour.
20 minutes.
The disconnection from nature is known as nature deficit disorder. To inform us more about this subject, we asked biology teacher, Mr. Ori, to explain its effect in more depth.
Well, being outside in a relaxed setting is automatically going to activate the parasympathetic nervous system, which is kind of the off switch for the stress response. So typically once people are outside in a calm environment, they're going to experience a reduction in cortisol levels, which is that long-term stress hormone. They're going to start kind of resetting to a more calm, less stressed point. And I think if people are doing that on a regular basis, there's going to be a cumulative effect of being less stressed.
Being in nature, or even viewing nature, lowers anger, fear, stress, and increases pleasant feelings. According to public health researchers, Stamatakis and Mitchell, the presence of nature can even minimize mortality. Keeping a simple plant in your room could make a significant impact on a person's stress and anxiety levels. When it comes to technology use, the growing need for smartphones is affecting our health and cognitive functions. According to Huffington Post, British psychologists found that young adults use their phones an average of 5 hours a day, which is almost roughly twice as much as they estimate they do. This time also takes up a third of their total waking hours.
I would love to do that more often. A lot of times when the weather is good, just getting outside and going and sitting in the grass and discussing a reading or discussing a project. I think for science specifically, it would be great for us to just get outside more, to do labs and collect data outside. I think we should be doing more field trips and going and visiting nature. And I think that kids really enjoy that when they do get outside of the classroom. And it's because, going back to that biophilia, we have this innate connection with nature and we connect with it when we are. There's this great quote. It was on the above the office to Einstein at Princeton. It said, "Not everything that can be counted counts, and not everything that counts can be counted." Right? And so I think we're always wanting to know, like, show me the data, but this whole idea of nature deficit disorder and biophilia, like, we know it counts, and it becomes a little difficult to quantify how much it counts, but we don't have to quantify it to know that it matters. So I think that's an important thing to remember.
Have many options when it comes to taking a nature walk, such as the First National Park in California, the Big Basin Redwoods located in Santa Cruz County. The Big Basin Redwoods are known as California's oldest state park, established in 1902, earning its title as a California Historical Landmark. We spoke to the mayor of Saratoga to ask him about what he was doing for the community to make it more nature-friendly.
Preserve nature. Well, just recently we acquired 69 acres up in the hillside above Hakone Gardens, and it was done in order to preserve it from any sort of development or whatnot. It was a rock quarry way back when, and in fact it provided much of the rock for the road base throughout Santa Clara County. And so it's a bit of a historic site. We opened it up to make it available to the public, right, for hiking and picnics and whatnot.
Exposing yourself to nature and lowering your stress levels can be as simple as taking 30 minutes out of your day to take a walk in the park. This simple, easy walk can positively impact you by simultaneously soothing your mind and changing the workings in your brain in ways that improve our mental health. Since the time that young adults spend on their phones takes up a third of the time they're awake each day, a way they can incorporate nature into this addiction is by changing the background on their phones to a waterfall, a forest, a beach, or any nature setting they prefer. Experiencing nature nearby via your phone, tablet, or computer could have positive effects on your well-being, since getting small glimpses of the natural world can increase levels of satisfaction with our everyday lives. Another way to incorporate nature into technology is by listening to sounds made by nature.